Okay, so I've just done my morning cleanse routine and I'm about to go on and put on my AllSerum Skin Perfector. And the way that I apply it is a double layer system. Now, I want to explain to you what I mean by that. First up, I just want to say before I put anything else on, my serum always goes on first. So I've cleansed, which has prepped my skin. It's created the perfect foundation for my serum to absorb into. Now what happens is if I go on with a sunscreen, your makeup, a thick moisturizer, oily oils and creams, they have a thicker, larger molecular weight. The consistency of those products are designed to sit more superficial to the skin. So if you apply a moisturizer first, for example, and then put your serum on top, you're going to find that it's going to hinder the absorption process of your serum. Serums are designed with a very thin consistency. They're designed in a way that they are sort of a very thin weighted product. And when you put it on, you'll feel they're quite slippery. And the reason for that is their small molecular weight, so they can penetrate in between through the skin cells to get right down deep into the action where they need to be. Because let's not forget, your serums are designed with active ingredients to actually make changes to the way that your skin functions, to fix your skin's behaviors if there's inflammation or pigmentation or redness. And so an example with the AllSerum, you've got SNAP8 and Syn-ake, which are amazing peptides for firming your skin. So we need to get down to where the collagen is. There is Telangyn and Caregen, which are other types of peptides which help with redness and pigmentation. You've got Niacinamide in there, which is helping to refine your pores and tighten the skin, provide suppleness. Panthenol, which is your vitamin B. Stacey 50, which is your vitamin C. Kakadu plum, which is another antioxidant, which of course helps to fight free radical damage. They all need to get into the skin. Not to mention hyaluronic acid, which is also in here. And your hyaluronic acid specifically I wanted to mention because when we're talking about doing a double layer, your hyaluronic acid is actually formulated in a way in here at multiple molecular weights. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when we put your hyaluronic acid on, which is about hydration, skin plumping, encouraging more water, better communication amongst your cells, that hyaluronic acid is actually at different sizes in this bottle. And so what happens is the smaller molecules are able to penetrate down nice and deep. And when we put on our second layer, those larger molecules are actually acting like a moisture lock, a moisture seal to help protect your skin externally as well. So you get the benefit of both when you layer your AllSerum. So why else do we want to double layer our AllSerum? Well, some people find that their skin is naturally more on the drier side. And for you, the double layer system is really good. If you find that your skin does not require more hydration, more active processes and changes within the skin, it doesn't necessarily need to be a case of double layering. You might do your first layer, and then with your second layer, you could potentially mix it in with your moisturizer as well. So it's dependent on your skin type. Some people that find, if your skin is extremely oily or your skin is extremely sensitive, you might need to start by doing a 50-50 mix of your AllSerum and moisturizer. So how do we double layer? Let's have a bit of a look. So I've done my morning cleanse. I'm going to show you the consistency here of the AllSerum. So you can see there that even though it looks a little bit thick here, when I actually just slide that around, you can see it's really silky and really thin. Now, when I go on with my product, I never, ever pump directly into one place. I find that I get an increased absorption in those spots rather than getting a nice full application over the whole face. So I've got my serum here, I'm coming in, I'm just going to gently tap it on my fingertips. I'm not rubbing, I'm not causing any friction, and I'm going to tap it around my face. So here I'm going on with my first layer because I want to get those smaller molecules deep down. And once I've got it tapped around really nice and evenly. Don't forget, under the eyes, AllSerum is your AllSerum. It replaces them all. It can go down on your neck. It can be your lip cream. It can be your eye cream. It's your wrinkle cream, your pigment cream, your acne cream. It's everything. Once I've got it on, I'm just going to gently kind of rub and apply gentle pressure, not too much, because I want that layer to really sink into my skin, not sit on my skin. So there's a difference there. And we're working it to the point where we're just gently pressing that in. Always working somewhat in slightly upwards movements. We never want to pull our skin down and fight against gravity. Pulling it up, beautiful. And you just want to give that a little bit of time, because we want to make sure that has completely absorbed into the skin. So while you're letting that sit, you could, maybe brush your hair or brush your teeth, or depending on, I personally find my skin is slightly more on the drier side. And so what I find is already, that's actually quite dry now. That's really absorbed quite well. If you find that when you're touching your face now, your skin feels tacky, like it hasn't absorbed, maybe you haven't prepped your skin as best as you could. So maybe look at the way that you're doing your cleanse. Maybe you need to find another way to emulsify or break down some makeup that might have been left on there, or some oil that might have been left on your skin. Beautiful. So I've gone ahead, that feels great. So now I'm going in with my second pump. And again, I've got my second application there, beautiful consistency. And again, I'm just going to tap it around and we're going straight on. I'm going to focus my first application around my eyes, only because here is where I have more of my concern. So I want to make sure that with my second layer, I get in the areas where I might have, more wrinkles or more pigment or more redness, areas that bother me most. Again, a nice application. Now with this one, you'll find it won't absorb in as quickly. That's good. Okay, we want to feel a slight tackiness to the skin, because what that tells us is that the smaller weight of the formulation, the product, has gone deep down amongst the cell layers, and this one now is doing its job to prevent what we call transepidermal water loss, to act as that seal and cause some swelling, some hydration of our superficial cells, so that we can protect the cells underneath. Letting that just sink in, beautiful. Perfect, happy. So as I said, if you find that you are experiencing some sensitivity, which can happen sometimes when you're not used to using skincare with some actives in it, your second application, mix a 50-50 amount with your moisturizer. That way you can build up your tolerance as your skin barrier repairs and you build up more strength within layers. What else? So now, once you've done that, we can go on and we can apply anything else that's needed. I personally don't need a moisturizer now. My skin feels really dewy, really hydrated, and I'm ready to go straight on with my makeup application. I am going to leave it just for, another minute or two, just to make sure that I get the maximum absorption, because what I don't want to happen is now I go on with my makeup and I start rubbing or emulsifying and moving my makeup with my serum, because I want my serum to penetrate deep and do its work, and then I want my makeup to sit on the surface. So if you've got your sunscreen can step in now, and then your makeup afterwards. If you want to put your moisturizers on, your moisturizers can go on now, and then your sunscreen, and then your makeup. So depending on how you work your skin and what your skin needs, you can tailor it as long as your serum goes on first.